of Gaza. We want to bring in Wolf Blitzer right now, who is live in Jerusalem, to join this conversation. Wolf?
Congresswoman, I know you're a very strong supporter of Israel, but are you comfortable with what the Israeli government, the Israeli military is now doing in Gaza, given the large number of civilian casualties that clearly have emerged?
Well, I know Israel takes every step that they can to avoid civilian casualties, and that's what we've communicated, and I know Secretary Kerry has communicated that to Prime Minister Netanyahu, but there's no question that Israel has the right to defend itself. No country should be in a position where they have to repeatedly take incessant launching of missiles into their territory unprovoked. I mean, there are Israeli families sleeping with their shoes on, literally, because they never know at a moment's notice when they have to leap out of bed and run to a bomb shelter, and there's also no question where these rockets and missiles are coming from. So there has certainly been every attempt. Israel has agreed to ceasefires repeatedly. Hamas it has even been suggested by Mahmoud Abbas's lieutenants that Hamas has made unreasonable demands for their terms that they'd agree to in a ceasefire, and so at a certain point Israel has the right absolutely to go in and take out the origins of where these missiles and rockets are coming from, but of course the goal should always be, and I'm confident is, to avoid civilian casualties. Wolf, I think Hamas has a track record of using civilians as human shields in these conflicts, and that is absolutely unconscionable, and that's where any criticism, a lot of criticism about civilian casualties can be directed.
Do you think the Secretary of State, John Kerry, and maybe the President himself should get more immediately involved in trying to, A, get a ceasefire, but then, B, reviving what used to be called the peace process, because that peace process seems to be, at least for now, dead?
Well, like I said, Israel absolutely, as a sovereign nation, has the right, and it's completely understandable that she'd be doing everything she could to defend her citizens. But remember, the United States and Israel have a very significant and close-knit daily relationship in terms of military and intelligence cooperation. I mean, we are talking literally to Israel every day at every level and depth in terms of military and intelligence cooperation. And Secretary Kerry, as I said, just spoke to Prime Minister Netanyahu. This is not an instance in which we have to suddenly initiate communication about where we are in the peace process. I think it's pretty clear that the peace process, we're not at the point where we can consider that it should be restarted. What we absolutely have to ensure is that the violence stops, that Israel should have every expectation that her citizens will be safe and not be subject to unprovoked rocket. And if there's going to be a restarting of the peace process, that a ceasefire has to be agreed to, and in the unity government that Fatah and Hamas have agreed upon, Hamas has to agree that Israel has the right to exist, and that they will renounce violence and terrorism, which they've clearly not been willing to do, as we see unfolding in front of us.
Well, all indications are this Israeli military operation is about to escalate, get even more intensive.
The ball is in Hamas's court for that not to happen.
Thank you, Wolf.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Obviously,
so much.
we're also following all